that camera moved.
Yeah.
Anyone who's watching this, not just listening to it, if you're listening to it, that's fine. Yeah, but we can show and tell with we got a new angle showing you the beautiful lights on our roof.
Look at this great drop ceiling.
I just punched the camera for the first time, and you know what happened?
What?
For everyone in here, so in TV time,
Yes.
when we're on air for our normal broadcast, anything else going on, the time that your phone is linked to, or if you have a Apple Watch, Garmin,
Sure.
anything like that, that is exact satellite time. Everyone runs on that exact second.
That's important.
We have a clock here, though, that is up on the wall that you can't see where it is. You have to go up there and manually set it. And if you want to time it out exactly right, you have to wait till you hit the 00 on the minute and hit start.
Yes.
And then you're as close as you can be.
Right.
So for the past couple of weeks, because probably like at your house after we had the time change, before that, we were off an hour because the clock, it was new, they brought it in.
Right.
And then when we changed the clocks, it was 2 hours off. So I would look up and it'd say like 11:03 when it was really 9:03.
Oops.
The other day they came in, they said we fixed the clocks, and I walked by engineering and I jokingly said it's off by 8 seconds. So I come in this morning and it's behind by about 30 seconds, which that's no good for.
It doesn't work. It needs to be exact.
It works for starting the show because if you're just a little bit late, that's fine. But we have a hard out when the rest of the programming has to go. It's the same way that if you're ever listening to radio in the car and an interview gets cut off, or if you're watching CBS Mornings and Gayle King's interviewing someone and they're like, all right, we got to go toss a break. Yeah, it happens. So maybe that's what happened. They bumped into the camera.
Yeah, I think when you have to only use it one time in the day, which is kind of us because we come here and do this one podcast, then it's like, okay, I'll just do the mental math and adjust it.
Yeah.
If you're staring at it all the time, then you're more motivated to change it. Like the clocks in the studio, we're looking at all the time. So you and I will literally physically go up and change those clocks because we have to constantly use them. The one up there, you only use it once. I'll do the mental math.
And I'm not going to go find a ladder.
No.
I'm not going to do it.
You know what I'd rather do?
Send an email.
Send
an email. Just take care of it. Someone else can do it.
Somebody do this.
Yeah. We have a bunch of random things to talk about today, so shocker there on this. I want to talk about the last, 12 to 16 hours of my life.
Let's hear it.
Yesterday,
With some commentary.
The girls don't have school. Stephanie does have work because she works in education. And they had some things going on with what they were going to be doing through the day. And I was going to have some time with Julia during her nap time. I was going to be home alone. And one of the big things that I always do with this, and maybe it's with you, it's clean the house, pick things up, do something.
It's a constant battle.
When mom's out with someone else, both kids, one of the kids, do something.
Battle.
And they were out playing in the snow all day yesterday morning and doing Girl Scout stuff. And she said, the house is a mess when you get home, just forewarning. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take care of that, get some good points, and we're going to be good. I need to help out. So I go home, and it's like Oppenheimer. Whatever the girls did. Bomb went off in the house, and I was like, I'm going to start cleaning up. Jules was down for a nap. I get the house straightened up, and then one thing she said, the girls have school tomorrow. They're going to need their ski stuff, snow gloves, hats, pants, all dried or washed for the next day.
Sure.
And I'm like, great. And she had apparently started drying some of them. And I pick everything up, and then I get down to a hat for Julia and one red glove. It's her mittens, and it's the only one she'll wear. And there's only one red glove. So I start looking around the whole house, can't find it anywhere. I'm upending the couch, flipping it all over. And then Steph comes home and she tells me, oh, well, I did take all of them down to the dryer, warmed them up, everything was dry, and I brought all the stuff back upstairs. But at some point, the red glove for the left hand went AWOL, missing. And so I said, okay, well, it's between here and the dryer. And I was like going full IT investigation on this, asking her for clues, evidence, deposition, find it. And I'm like, well, I've already run stuff in the dryer, and I am OCD about checking it, making sure nothing else is in there. So next thing I know, I'm all over the basement trying to find this missing red glove. And I do like 2 loads of laundry in between all this. And I'm like going through different piles of clothes where I had put stuff, and I was like, there's nothing here. I can't find it. And she's like, it's fine. I've got some other ones in my car. We're fine. Stop thinking about it. I'm like, you know how I am. I'm not going to be able to sleep.
It's going to bother you.
I'm going to start thinking about this missing red glove. And so I finally try to let it go, and it's like itching at my brain, bothering me. And then we had a relatively late night of just being busy, and I finally go down to get my stuff for work. And I pull something out of the dryer. All of a sudden, red glove pops out. And I was like, where's this been? Like, I was checking the whole thing. And
it was right there in the dryer already. the whole time?
Somehow stuck to something. And I mean, I shoved my head in there, which you shouldn't. And I was like looking all around. I was like, it's not here.
That's frustrating.
And so I took care of that. So I got a restful night's sleep. And then this morning, I woke up a little late because I was on Twitter once I woke up, just scrolling through different things.
Yeah.
And hop in the shower. And I get out and I'm like, I didn't shave.
Oops.
And
Yeah,
I was already running late. I do have a beard, so just like underneath my neck, and I was like, am I really gonna hop back in the shower and do this and be another 10 minutes late to the show?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you'll be fine. No one cares.
You shave in the shower.
I do.
Yeah, I shower and then get out and go to the sink and then shave.
So I hop back in the shower. 2 showers this morning before I got out. Yes. I'd already gotten out. I had already started getting dressed. Lotion, deodorant was already on, and then I was like, and then I got back in, washed all off. So 2 showers this morning already.
Gosh, what a waste of time.
Got to work closer to 4.
Crazy.
Felt like I was in a pinch.
Wow.
I'm crazy, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just let it go, right?
Just let it go. Why? I think it's your OCD coming out.
I think that's what it is. Like seriously, I've got that issue, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So those little things fluster me. Like big breaking news happens, anything that they work, I can handle it. But those little things, a stupid missing glove, and then me being an idiot forgetting to shave the first time I was in the shower.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? The glove thing is interesting. We really try hard to keep all the gloves and everything in the mudroom by the rear door, by the back door. It's got to stay there. And once you hit like the 10-minute mark of looking for something, the blood just starts to boil.
See,
you know, it's
right there with
so frustrating.
Yeah.
And so then you're like screaming at your kid because they don't know where it is. And it's very I mean, the mittens, they're so small and they just go everywhere. So they're definitely hard to track.
It's the only one she was going to wear, and Steph's like, she's got the little thin wool ones or knitted ones. I'm like, that's not going to be good. It's going to be wet when they're playing on the playground. Like it's then worried about her little fingers, and then it's just the simple fact of I had this one glove sitting in the house, and I'd already upended the whole house.
Do the kids run in the house with the wet boots?
We stopped them.
Yeah.
The real problem we have is if we've been outside or at school, and then they come in, and it's real quick, and it's just that's when the clumps of dirt get everywhere. Yeah. That drives me a little more crazy than when it's wet and you can just like throw a towel on it real quick. But yeah,
it's like okay, when you get in the house, take off your shoes. When you get in the house, take off your shoes. The second they get in the house, they just start sprinting toward the living room.
God,
take off your shoes.
They're running. They're like ice cream, and they go to the freezer, and they're like trying to do that. And I'm like, girls, wait, we literally just cleaned up all that.
I have definitely had to grab the hood of my child that is running away, and they proceed to fall on their butt, and I'm like, look, I told you so many times.
Don't run.
That was your fault. Okay.
Yeah. Or I'm like, they'll be like, Dad, help me, and like they're trying to take off their boot, and it's not coming off, and then they trip and they fall, and I'm like, there they are on the bricks, and it's just Anyway, so that with being dad. Have you ever gotten up super early and gotten dressed for work and realized what time it was? Speaking of,
you know, probably the first year of me doing the shift, yes. It's been a long time since that's happened.
I think one time was just very bad when I woke up and I saw a 1 on the clock. And when I used to get to work at 2:30 in a different market, and when I was in Myrtle Beach, fully dressed, shaved, everything on, tie was on, about to walk out the door, and I realized it was like 11:40 instead of 1:40.
That's brutal.
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, that's
so I just
brutal.
Going to work early.
That's happened to me on a Saturday morning. When I woke up at the right time, and I like 2:15 or whatever, I'm like, okay, I beat my alarm for 15 minutes. I'll just get up and start doing it.
Yeah.
Pants, shirt, tie. It's a Saturday. I don't have to go into work. That's the worst because your brain is so like, okay, time to go into work, and then I guess I'll crawl back into bed, and then you lay there for an hour because you're not falling back asleep.
No. You're clean, ready to go for the day.
Yeah, I
it's
know.
like, is there some job I can do?
Right.
Some job I can do. One thing I was looking at this morning when I woke up is these Northern Lights.
Yes.
Because I saw Eric Snidel sending out 50 Facebook posts and tweets about it yesterday as it was like the thing to go. And then I realized we had zero chance of seeing anything. But friends in Arkansas, Virginia, Carolinas, Ohio, look at all these images. And it was like the best views that they've seen, like ever, some of the best pictures.
Huge geomagnetic storm. You get the solar flares from the sun, and then that's what creates these geomagnetic storms.
Like
it messes
Florida.
with the poles, and then you get these incredible colors there. out Florida, very far south, incredibly rare to see it that far.
Yeah,
but the sun has been very active, and we've been lucky to get these. So yeah, Eric Snodel is the absolute expert. The guy is always on top of it.
Yeah,
who can see it? And he's got a national presence. People follow him from all across the country.
I know, it's 250,000 people.
Yeah,
on Facebook.
To try to see what the forecast is, and he'll tell that to you. He's like, he knows that people rely on him for the storm forecast from the sun. So if you're trying to look for any information on it, he's your guy.
I saw something else interesting this morning when we were in the middle of the show, and apparently the new trailer for Toy Story 5 dropped the teaser.
This is interesting.
This is for the parents out there. Let me just play it here.
Bonnie, there's a package for you.
I was standing, you were there, two worlds colliding, and they could never tear us apart.
Oh, thank you. Hi there, I'm Lilypad. Let's play.
Toys R Us.
How about that?
Wow.
The Elite Pad.
That's interesting.
Oh, coming around to it.
So you said you have one of those.
No, I was just talking like with iPads or Kindles.
Is that
or
an iPad that's just got a fancy color on it, or is that like a specific type of?
I think these are like the little knockdown versions that you can get with kids because some people around the newsroom, our producer Andy was like, yeah, I had one of those. I think it's just like a basic elementary pre-K learning thing.
With apps and things like that. Man, that's so funny. Because when we have our iPad, we usually use it for watching like Disney and Pixar.
Yeah, we'll do that, or we have some like very basic, not like fun games like Angry Birds or anything, but it's 1+1. It's little math
like
things that you can get.
Yeah,
the learning games. But that's funny. That's how they're coming around to it for
clearly
2026.
Some sort of like physical game clash with the iPad or something like that, which is. There's just 100 different storylines that they could go with.
Oh, I know. And it's just like, can't wait for the ending.
It's going to be like iRobot, except Toy Story version.
Yeah, for the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Oh, man. That's fun. And all parents can relate to that. One thing that also got some attention online is what's it called? Southtown Plaza?
Yeah,
in Henrietta.
Yeah.
So here's the story that we have updated now. But basically, yesterday we got word that some guys were out tearing down the signage that said Southtown Plaza on the side of it, and it was like #1 on our website for the past day. Jem, who runs our web department, said I'm at a soccer game and people are talking about it.
Wow.
Of just asking and like bringing up our story. So there was a post online from Steve Schultz, the supervisor there in Henrietta, basically explaining that what's happening is Duncan Bright, which is a furniture group, maybe with a base in Syracuse, that it bought the former site of Burlington Coat Factory as well as the sign. And part of that is they would make some new changes to the sign, obviously, but trying to keep the... It's not a historic place on a registry anywhere, but that value of being such a well-known place in town. I don't know if I've actually ever been there. Maybe I have
Southtown Plaza.
I've maybe been there by accident. Probably.
So they have there's like either I can't remember if it's a haunted house or it's just the holiday
spirit,
holiday spirit there as well. And I mean I remember going there as a kid before basically I could drive. My mother would always play it against sports. I've gone to that spot a couple of times.
Oh, I think I do know where this is.
There's
now.
a Brugger's Bagels over there. It's a very awkward way to get in because it's at the intersection of 15 and 252 Jefferson Road.
Yeah.
So like you see, and I feel like you see the Southtown Plaza sign, and I remember going with my friends always, like when we were 16, 17, before we had cell phones.
Yeah.
And so we would drive to the mall, and you would see the plaza, and then you would try. Okay, there's the plaza sign, so you know you're close. And then trying to navigate without maps or anything into the plaza was very awkward.
A lot of people were saying that on Facebook, and you jokingly said during our broadcast this morning of that the new sign's going to say, "Come on in, it's easy to find your way."
This is it.
Yeah.
So you got the altitude trampoline park right in there. There's is there a gym? I think there might be. Yeah, Planet Fitness.
Probably Planet
There's a
Fitness.
Planet Fitness right in there. So it's a pretty big plaza. It's been there forever.
It's just interesting how that story blew up.
Yeah.
It was on the same day, by the way, as we got a notice from Wilmerite, which runs all of our local malls.
Yeah.
They're making some changes at Marketplace in Henrietta. Basically what they're doing is anyone that has just an interior entrance, they're being moved to different Wilmerite properties. Now, that mall, when you look at it, appears that it struggled some more than the others. When you look at Eastview or what's happening in Greece, but in Wilmerite runs the one at Eastview, and it says the businesses with just the inside doors, they're being offered some new spots. Other properties, as I mentioned, this company said it's added several large-scale deals with prospective tenants for the mall's interior. Spots that are pending. They haven't been announced. The ones on the outside, Dave & Buster's, the Indy Kart Raceway, Floor and Decor, JCPenney, Land's End, Sportsman's Warehouse, they're all still there, too.
Yeah, I used to be a mall rat as a kid.
I was, too.
Yeah,
It's
we went to
where...
Marketplace pretty often, and now it's a hospital.
It is the big orthopedic center that they opened there. With my dad, we used to go to the malls all the time. When my parents were split, he would come in for a weekend. It's where we'd go hang out, arcade, movie, just walk around, do whatever, and used to be packed.
Yeah.
And listen, there's so much turnover, everything going on. The Bass Pro, which is going to come help save Eastview and Victor. I still like going around occasionally and checking it out.
For sure. I remember my mother would drop me off at GameStop, and then I would play the video games, like the free games.
The
that they
sample
offer,
ones,
sample games.
Just stand there for like an hour with someone behind you.
You just get the side glances from the
I
guys
know.
working
Take
there.
turns,
Exactly. I think for what it's worth, we're still getting emails about it. And yes, there is changeover, but at least it's changeover, right?
Yes.
Like there's a mall in Syracuse that's just been
Destiny USA.
with Destiny
That
USA,
one.
and then there's another one I think in Jamestown that's completely empty. You know, so for what it's worth, I think we're doing all right, all things considered.
And there are things like we'll always need healthcare, so Marketplace in the orthopedic center,
That's
huge.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy that works at URMC, and he was saying that like the future is bright for that place. Like they're building, they're expanding. There's like a 50-yard field in the building where you can train and things like that.
Whoa.
Yeah, to like build up. You know, if you're a sports person, tore your ACL, recovery, things like that. So it's huge.
It's huge. And then the giant Dick's Sporting Goods, where it's their super center, whatever they call it, the House of Sport. They only put one of those in a designated market, so in one area, and that one is anchoring the one at Victor. That place does not have anything on sale hardly. Like it is the big business one, and then of course they'll have Bass Pro there
we
too.
strolled in there one time. This was a year or two ago, and just wanted to check it out. And there's like open field times.
Yes.
Where we just walked in with Mason. He was probably 2 or 3, really little. But one of the employees just like gave us a soccer ball, and we were the only people there, and we just kicked a soccer ball around
Have at it.
in that field for 20 minutes. I was like, this is kind of neat. So if you ever are like, I want an open space where I can kind of mess around, I mean, sure, probably now it's hockey season there.
Yeah, they put in a rink.
But I think there's like, I don't know if there's open skate or not, but when there's a field, they just say, no one's using it.
It's
Go.
huge. Have fun.
Pretty cool.
Go. It's giant if you haven't been inside. We got more to talk about here on the pod. The big crowd that showed up for the Waymo cars.
Yeah.
This
Geneva.
video was awesome when we had it. That's coming up here, as well as some more on the pod. Second Cup of Sunrise. Back here on the pod as we're 22 minutes into the show on this Wednesday, second cup of sunrise. It's James, I'm Brennan. This week we did get that notice of the Waymo car, autonomous, driverless, making its way through the area, and part of that was going to be in Geneva, Hobart William Smith Colleges. We were like yesterday, Veterans Day, we got to go.
Yeah.
Send a reporter, go to this event, and what a big deal it turned out to be. You see some of it, everyone coming up to say hello to Waymo, the cars on tour. So what is happening is these autonomous vehicles, different companies are doing this, and one of them is mapping out some New York roads, getting ready for the chance that driverless ride shares using them could soon be legal here in the state. It is Waymo, which does this, and James brought this up yesterday, does it in San Francisco, Atlanta, other cities. And now, maybe here, as lawmakers are considering a proposal that would allow the tech to roll out maybe a pilot program or full on in New York when they get to the new session. And the crowd here of people in this soundbite. Just look.
Our car has been through the ringer today. It's been through some snow, but here you'll see a radar panel. Anything spinning you see is LiDAR. And we have really cameras and an audio system. At the top, you'll see more cameras, more radar panels, and again, the LiDAR. So around the car, we have 29 cameras, as well as these radar panels, and 3 LiDAR with the biggest LiDAR up there.
I'll play dumb. LiDAR.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a special form of radar, basically. It just sends out beams of energy, pulses of energy rapidly. That's why it's spinning around so fast. And then that energy comes back to the sensor, and it's not. Then that energy gets. The magnitude changes.
Is ill,
it
but if you
analyzes
need
that
better
data in instant time, and then and then that data goes into the system.
So it picks up how close you are to a tree, fire hydrant, other car, something like that.
And what's important is, like, if you have a car that is like, okay, so let's say it's making like a right turn, and then there's a car coming at you that's making a left turn or something. Waymo's probably going to stop and let that left turn car go. And not only is it picking up on that car that's coming at you, it's picking up on the speed of that car. That's big. That's calculus.
Yeah.
Because it's the change in the change in the distance from you of that car is changing, and so based on that distance change, it can approximate the speed of that car, so it can figure out how fast that car's going, where it's going, because it's changing direction as well. So all these things it's just constantly picking up on, and that's why they say it's safer, because there's so much data coming in that you look at your left, your right, your rear, and your forward. You're constantly looking at different, but it's all looking at that stuff all at the same time.
And we are using, it's just human judgment calls. Like that is, and you think about how many times traffic merging on 590 during the morning, or if it's on 490, of how many just fender benders, anything like that, of just,
But like if there's a deer approaching at 3:30 in the morning and you see a deer walking toward the road, is the LiDAR going to see that and know that this deer could instantly just jump in front of your car? Maybe not.
Yeah.
You know, but you and I, what are we going to do? We're going to slow down.
Because we know that it could sprint out or it could stand still.
Exactly, because it's not going to. If it's a person that's slowly walking to the road, you assume that the person's going to see you coming and they're going to stop on like a 55. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great story for a follow-up whenever this does come up next year. And so they'll propose it, see if it gets out of committee, and then what they do with bills, they lump it into the state budget, or they do it later on in the summer. And I'm going to write down that question about wildlife, things like that.
Yeah. I think
or a human standing on a sidewalk.
For sure.
Yeah, which you just don't know how it works.
You don't know. And like technically the person would be at fault if you're not in a crosswalk.
Right.
God forbid.
Yeah.
They're like having a medical emergency and they need to like jump out in the middle of the road,
Yeah.
you know? And I don't know. That it is because maybe Waymo has some program that is set for that or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll follow up on that. Before we get out of here, so what? We got a minute and a half. Final check of our weather.
Action.
Rain chances every
Did you
day.
see the photo I tweeted out of the dog?
What'd you send out?
I found the ugly dog, and I said, "Here's a photo. Here's the forecast in dog form."
That's it? Because it's just gonna be miserable?
It's just ugly out there. You got the clouds. I have rain showers in there, but some people seeing still snow showers. So it's a rain-snow mix, maybe a little bit of sun in there. But just kind of an ugly forecast for you next couple of days. Ugly, but low impact. There you go.
This is better. There it is. This is us until next year.
Yeah, it's
in the
much.
spring. Walking out like that.
And then the melting snow on top.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it's like the leaves that were covered in snow. Now you can see the leaves again. You're like, oh yeah, that's right.
And then you're like, we might be done with leaf pickup. Right. Just some of the work and be a long spring cleanup to come. That does it for us here on the pod. See you at noon and back here tomorrow for Second Cup of Sunrise.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.